What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with another episode review of Queen Sugar. Last week, I wanted to come down here so bad, but I wasn't able to come because of the weather. You know, we went through the ice storm, well, the snowstorm, and then the ice storm, and then the loss of electricity, then the loss of the internet, and then the loss of water. So, girl, I'm just not starting to get myself back together. But I want to say this. Um, Let me see how I say this. I'm a person that listens to my audience. It doesn't matter if we're real close or not, but it really touches home if I have a relationship with you. And after my live yesterday, my good sis over there in Chicago, she hit me up and said, "Girl, do you do reviews anymore?" I mean, I'm here for all that other stuff you do, girl, but do you do reviews anymore? And I didn't even know that message was there until this morning when I got up and cut my device on. And then I had another one of somebody that's close to me that hit me up on Instagram, and basically he pulled my coattails. And I thank him for that. We all need encouragement at some point in time. And the fact that two people who are very close to me reached out to me to try to get me back on track, it meant everything to me. So I got up with a renewed spirit, meaning that I'm with I know what sector I'm in. I know what it gives. But sometimes I need to remember also what how this goes. I need to remember who I am and what my purpose here on the YT is. And I say all that to say thank you to the two individuals who hit me up and kind of said, "Hey, come on now. You already to prove what you needed to prove about your strength. Now let's get back to what makes you great." And that is why, opposed to doing a live earlier, I know a couple of y'all hit me up and asked me about doing a live earlier, and I basically just said, I was taking care of other things right then. And what I was taking care of was, girl, I was getting ready to come down here and give y'all this piece of review. So here I am. Now, right now, I am not going to continue The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I have given that show my best. And before I start making unnecessary videos and you guys get to telling me off in them comments because you wondering how the hell that I turn a 1 hour show into a 3-minute goddamn review when that has not been my norm. And before I begin to hate the franchise altogether, I just opt to just leave that show alone. I did watch the Basketball Wives, and I'm going to tell you something. In the first 15 minutes, I had cussed out 3 bitches. I said no. Because this year is the year to protect your peace. If you can't do nothing else, baby, you need to be protecting that peace with every piece of fiber in your being. Protect your peace, honey. Do not do things that are not of you. And so I said to myself, Basketball Wives is a cute coin on the review side of the world, but all money ain't good money. So as I'm trying to build back up and get to my 20K, I'm not going to review stuff that's going to have me on here acting a damn fool. And that's what I got out of Basketball Wives. I went back. Today, after Blessed Live, I've been in here on it. But baby, what I won't do is run this pressure up and be placed back on damn on blood pressure medication because I'm down in the comments arguing with y'all. And y'all know you basketball wise people. Y'all know y'all can be a lot. Y'all right up there with Beyonce, the Beehive, and what's them other ones? That Natty Ma, baby. That y'all just like them. So because I'm not in the mood to argue over something that is just my opinion, I opt not to do it. What I will be doing is, of course, Queen Sugar. Y'all knew I was gonna do Queen Sugar anyway. Queen Sugar is right here. It's right in my backyard. It's it's filmed in Louisiana. It's about life in Louisiana, in some of the smaller towns where you guys may not get the opportunity or know anything about the inner workings of the small towns in Louisiana. This show is kind of casting a spotlight on all of that, and for that, I'm here for. So I decided to stick with Queen Sugar. And I did see the preview for the Delilah, which is supposed to be from the writers of Greenleaf. And I may check that out and I may pick that up. But I won't be touching the Housewives anymore. I will not be touching what that other show is, girl, Basketball Wife. I'm not fucking with the basketball hoes. I'm not. So let's get into this review. I've talked for 6 minutes to give you an opening. And now we're going to go roll on into the review because I don't want to hold you long. I got 2 of them to do because I'm 2 episodes behind. Now, we open up with Nova burning sage, thanking God, the higher power, the universe, whatever it is you believe in. She was burning sage and giving honor to that for redemption and for overcoming. And as she was doing that, she was cutting her locks. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? Nova, what you doing, girl? Nova said, I'm starting anew. Then we see Little Blue has made breakfast and he wants his mom and his dad to try it. And of course, Darla lied to the baby and said that the food, the toast tastes good. But girl, y'all seen the burn on that. That's the things a parent would do. We would lie in your face to keep your spirit up. And that's what they was doing. But I thought it was cute. I really thought it was cute. Then it was something happening. An event that was supposed to be big for the whole Bordelon family. And at this point, no, I'm not sure, but I did see Aunt Vi and Hollywood prepping food and chattering on. Then I realized Charlie won her bid for council and they having some type of celebration in conjunction with that. So some she was able to get done that's big for that area. And as I go in this review, I'm going by the notes. I already know what it was because, of course, I've seen the episode. But I'm going to give you the review as I wrote the notes. So bear with a bitch, pardon a hoe, okay? So Hollywood is convinced that he done convinced Vi to take a small break for black love. Hollywood stay horny. And I think that is why I love him so much. I told y'all every woman needs her Hollywood, honey. I love me some Hollywood. When all y'all wasn't on the Hollywood, girl, I was right there jocking him. I told you, he may not be aesthetically pleasing to a lot of women, but that's the kind of man you want, girl. He is, I don't even want to go on and on about it there because you know how I feel about it. But he told her, let's slip out for a little black love right quick. He said, I don't need nothing but 10 minutes. I ain't got nothing to prove. Now, me and Vi was like, what? 10 minutes? She said, look, I'm going to give you 20 and you better not have me late. Let's get it. I said, yes, bitch. Now, the next scene took us to Charlie. And baby, that little number she was wearing, the off-the-shoulder little number with that cute little bob she rocking this season was everything. I was so here for her. I said, you better do it, Miss Charlie girl, you better do it. Anyway, we learned Michael been busy at school. They haven't seen each other in 2 months. And he's calling saying that he won't be able to make her event. which we'll talk about what the event is. But she's trying to be understanding, but you could clearly see she miss her child. And she just wants some time with him. But I guess it's gonna happen, honey. All I can say is at this point, I was so glad to see that Michael removed those damn dreadlocks he was rocking last season, because that wasn't no look for him. Now, some people can do the locks, some people can't. His didn't look good on him. He looked more distinguished with a low haircut like what he's rocking right now. So they supposed to meet up soon. College life and growing up is what's happening for him. Plus, he's doing some other stuff that we'll get to. Now, she heads over to meet with the family. She noticed Nova new mohawk look. And she said it was cute. And I'm wondering, where the hell we going? Girl, we're going into the courtroom. We're going in the courtroom because it is time for Charlotte Pruneface to receive her damn sentence for what she did in conjunction with the Borderline family, the meal, and all of that, right? So we in the courtroom, and the old biddy still, after being found guilty and standing here about to receive her sentence, that old biddy was still not humble. She said she was innocent of the charges she was being accused of. Baby, Miss Judge said, not today. I put up, look, it's a privilege because of what you have done in this community that we're even having these proceedings closed, though, and not public. You were not accused. You were convicted. She told her 7 years, honey. Take them 7. And by the look of Charlotte Pruneface, I don't think Charlotte gonna do too well 7 years in a women's correctional facility. But that is a problem. That is not ours, okay? So she gets sentenced to her 7 years, girl. The Borderlines was happy. Old girl Parker wasn't too happy, but she was there. Later we see Ralph Angel receive a certified nail. And when he read it, he got really upset. He just balled it up and walked away when Darla was asking, what was it? Now, Nova is having a celebration of her website, True Papers. And what is this? Girl, I can't read my own. Advocacy site to counteract injustice wherever needed. And, before she actually gets up to do her presentation and do her little speech before she shows them the site, we see one of her friends, Carmela, really trying it with her with Nova's boyfriend, the ex-cop Calvin, the white boy. They was really pressing him. And he was handling this shit like a G, in my opinion. Look, girl, I know it's bad cops, but see, I was a good cop. And I felt like me being a good cop somehow was ushering in the room for the good cops, okay? But I'm not, I'm down for the cause. Understand that well. And I said, okay, we're going to give Calvin a chance. Now, Nova tells us she's using the proceeds from her book to fund the site so the truth can be told as it needs to be. Okay? Then she shows the introduction. Then we see Ralph, Nova, and Charlotte. They head out the room because that certified mail that Ralph Angel had received was a order of eminent domain, basically about to kick them off of their land. He got it, and several other farmers in the area received that same notice. And child, he upset about it. Now, one of the city council people, because Charlie called a late night city council meeting, one of the disgruntled one, Mr. Jackson, said that he didn't appreciate getting up in the middle of the night and that he warned Charlie that this would happen. She gave the farmers false hope. Jackson said the highway may not be so bad. That's when Ralph Angel and some of the other farmers jumped up and urged him and the other city council members to stop bucking what Charlie's trying to do and help her out, because we need this help. We can't let them just build a highway and kick all these people off their good land they have had for generations because the city wants to make a new highway. That's unfair to the people. So they were mad. Later that evening, Nova goes to see Ralph Angel. He's still clearly upset. He said no matter what no one says, he will not be taken off of his land that his daddy gave him. Plus, remember, that is also the final resting place for their mother, Trudy. So not only if they allow this to happen, will they lose the land, they're going to disturb her final resting space. And Nova's there telling him that he ain't got to fight this alone. They in this together. And hopefully one day he can accept her apology in full. And he said maybe. And he allowed her to comfort him as he cried, because he really upset. These people been fighting for this one land since this damn episode, just a series started. These people been fighting to keep their land. All they want to do is harvest their crop. But the powers that be with the money keeps trying to stall them. And their one lucky charm, their one beacon of hope has been Charlie. She don't give up. She don't get tired. Now, in court, because they're back in court again, it's Charlie versus the Beckington group, which is led by Parker. They're saying, she's telling the judge all the environmental reports are not completed yet. And they need to be completed before evicting farmers off their land, despite the opposition fighting against Charlie. The judge decided that she was going to issue a stay to allow reports to be completed, and also to possibly seek an alternative route for this proposed highway to lessen the amount of farmers who may lose their land. And I said, come through, Judge, come through. After court, Parker congratulates Charlie and wants to speak to her alone, to which Nova told her, you don't get to dismiss me. Whatever you got to say, you can say it right here. So Parker wanted to find common ground, and Charlie said, how are we going to find that? I doubt we will be able to see eye to eye on nothing. You want these people to be uprooted from their homes. I ain't with that, and there is no middle for us to meet up at. So Parker said if Charlie ever wanted to talk, that door would still be open. So we go over to Ralph Angel, Hollywood, and Prosper. They helping Hollywood fix up his man space. Hollywood keep changing things, which they think is funny because they predicted that he was going to do that. They glad Ralph Angel is in a better headspace, however. And then Prosper begins to tell him about the fight ain't over. Don't feel defeated. Don't feel defeated. This fight is not over, honey. It's more to come, okay? So after that, over at Nova's, she got a TV in her bedroom. Her and Calvin together now. And I was wondering, Nova ain't never had a TV in her damn room before. Well, he in there because he in there getting him a little meal time on while watching TV. But she noticed something that every black woman notices. You got that tray of food on my good silk covered pillow. Now y'all know with the silk pillow, we'll lose our mind if anybody touch the silk pillow, baby. When you got you a nasty piece of lock or nasty piece of installing, that silk pillow along with that damn bonnet, lifesaver to the hair. So she quickly got him together. That I know you probably ain't used to this, but mark that down as something you don't do. Don't touch my silk covered pillow, bruh. He received it. Then we see Darla, Ralph Angel, and Blue at the dinner table. And Blue is telling Ralph Angel, you don't never say no grace. And we got a lot to be thankful for. And he agreed. So he obliged. And we saw him thanking God for everything that he's done for him, his son, his family. But then he didn't know what to say in relation to Darla. And she caught that. But she was cool. He just ended it by saying, thank you for all the love that I have in my life. And I said, that's good. I'm glad he did not go out there like that on her. I was glad. Now, over at the Queen Sugar Mill, Charlie there to meet up with Parker. Parker feels that she's pushing the people forward. She wants to, get them to stop depending solely upon the old way, which is the farming. And Charlie feel like, are you okay? These people have generations that have lived and cultivated this land, and it's not okay to give up the land. They not all right with starting over. It don't matter how much the Beckington group is willing to offer them, because she said they will be offering, like, what did she say? Double what the government is willing to pay for their land. She also said they will remove eminent domain off the table, all of which Charlie said, nope. Charlie said, it's a no for me. Parker said that she need to rethink this. Charlie said, no the hell, we don't. She said, she speak for, so she asked her, do you speak for all the people of St. Joe? And she said, yeah. And Parker said, well, we'll see. You know the fight has just begun. And Charlie said, all I know how to do is fight. So bring it. Michael is interrupted to go to this impromptu meeting. And even though he wanted to go, it looked like he was kind of aggravated by that all, right? We're going to find out what he's doing. But let's Paul put a paper clip in his ass a minute. And we're going to go back over here to Calvin. Because Calvin is telling Nova that they don't have to attend his grandfather's 85th birthday because, as he said, his grandfather is not so nice. And Nova knew exactly what that meant. And she said, well, maybe it's time we rip off the Band-Aid and just show up anyway. We're going to have to go through this eventually. I ain't going to get no lighter, and you ain't going to get no darker. So let's do it. So they have agreed they're going to attend the 85th birthday of the grandfather, right? Now let's take that paper clip out. Michael then pledged the fraternity. And that's fine, but apparently this fraternity has a bad reputation. And I'm going to tell you what really threw me off about this fraternity. When they said, you look to your brother, look to the person next to you, that is your brother, and you have to honor anything that they do. No, I'm not going to honor everything that they do. I'm not going to go up for it, nor am I going to agree to it. Because in the book of my mind, which is the book that counts, if I don't like something, I'm going to say something about it. But Michael wants to be a part of this, and apparently he has made it. Later on, we see the events folks of St. Joe came out, and that's where this was all about. Apparently, this parish was named after St. Josephine, who was a saint and a slave. And Charlie has declared that each and every February at the end of Black History Month, they will gather in honor of the woman who their town was named afterwards. So like I said, we got a little backstory about who St. Josephine was. Charlie thanked her for allowing her to be the first Black city councilwoman in that parish. And then there was a moment of silence, and then they went to partying. By say St. Joe ain't came out like this since Daddy bought along Memorial. And then we learned that Parker had something to say. She has been added to the board of trustees at the St. Joseph Bank, which surprised Nova and Charlie. She claims that she and the Beckington Group have decided to make some changes to save the Bordelon family farm, as well as others in the area. She said she was supposed to push. They proposed to take the highway in a different direction. The thing about that direction is it's slap dead in the middle of a cemetery. And as soon as she said that, some of the farmers and the people of St. Joe went directly at Charlie and started saying that, I got family members from generations over there in that cemetery. We can't disturb their resting place to build no highway. And even though Charlie is saying that nothing has been signed, nothing is in stone, you know how we can be. They were over there giving her hell and charging her rent for the privilege, to the point she had a panic attack and ran off to her office. By went to check on her. Charlie said she's not okay, but she will be. She ain't sure how, but she will deal with this. Because losing is something she ain't finna do. Okay? So later on, we see Darla and Ralph Angel taking a walk. And they talking about Blue and growing up. And someday he growing up leaving them. And she liked the fact that he said we and not me. He said that she was, the love of his life. And basically went down on one knee and proposed to Darla. And she said yes. And he put the ring on it, said he loved her. And that was the end of the episode. But bitch, I'm scared. I'm going to tell you why I'm scared. I try not to hold Darla past against her, but she's so fragile. She easily shook and stirred. No relapsed completely. So I'm wondering, has she not finally found her strength? Is it easy to knock her off her game? Because usually when she get knocked off her game, she knock him off his. And at some point, I want to see these people at a place of happiness. I really am. So we're going to see. I ain't still all the way sold on Nova yet, and I'm not sold on Darla. But we're going to see. And that's it. That's all. That is the first episode of the final season, I believe, of Queen Sugar. Yep, that was it, y'all. So now this is the part where I ask y'all to remember, as always in closing, you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. And the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, on your way out, make sure you thumbs up the video. Put a comment down in the panty section if you would like to. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, as well as my backup channel, The Lady Reloaded, the link for the second channel is always in the description box below the title of this video. And y'all right here and right now, you can subscribe to this channel. Girl, go on, make your next move your best move. And we'll be back down here next week for another episode. But immediately following the upload of this video, episode 2, which aired this past Tuesday night, will be uploaded. I'm going to record as soon as I end this, and we'll be concurrent. We'll be current, not concurrent. We'll be current on the videos, right? As far as the reviews. And again, right now, all I'm going to focus on is Queen Sugar. Resuming my retro reviews for Dynasty 1981. And I may actually review Delilah. I don't know. But that is the review lineup for this channel. That's what I'm going to be giving y'all. Of course, I will still be going live. But I have to get back to what it is that I used to love. And this is what I really do love talking about these TV shows. And I hope you guys go with me on the journey as I get back into it. So that's it. That's all. To my true loves that hit me up, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sometimes we all need a push. And if that's what it took for it to register up here, I appreciate it. And I received it in love the way you sent it. That's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.